Okay, so picture this. You've done it. You've spent hours, maybe even days, coding this absolutely perfect web page on your computer. It looks amazing, the code is spotless, but there's just one tiny problem. It's just sitting there, right on your PC. It's a digital masterpiece, for sure. But where does it go from here? Right now, its audience is, well, an exclusive club of one, you. So that brings us to the big question, the real mystery we're going to solve together in this explainer. How in the world does your page get from your local machine, your laptop, to the entire world so that literally anyone can see it? Well, the solution is actually way simpler than you might think. It really all boils down to one single core concept that pretty much powers the entire web, and we're about to unlock it. And here it is. The answer is just one word: hosting. This is the key. This is the thing that lets your creation out of its cage and into the wild. So what does hosting actually mean? Well, think about it. For your website to be available all the time, 24/7, it can't live on your personal computer, right? I mean, you turn that off at night. It needs a permanent home, a special computer that is always on and always connected to the internet. And that special computer, that's what we call a server. And that's really the core idea. When we talk about putting a website online, the whole process from start to finish is just moving your files, your HTML, your CSS, all your images, from your computer over to that server. That's it. Okay, so how do we actually do that? I want you to think of it like a combination lock. There are 3 tumblers we have to get lined up just right to get your site live. So let's walk through your 3-step launch plan. First things first, step 1 is all about location. Your site needs a home, a little slice of digital real estate on one of those always-on servers we just talked about. And that's where a host comes into play. A host is just a company that owns these massive buildings full of servers, and they rent you a little bit of space on them. You've probably heard of some of these names floating around, like OVH, Hostinger, or the big one, Amazon Web Services, or AWS. All right, let's move on to that second tumbler. So, for step 2, you need a secure delivery route. You've got a home for your files now, but how do you get them there? You can't just email them or drag and drop them into some random folder. You need a special, secure way to do it. And that's where a transfer protocol comes in. It's just a fancy name for a set of rules for moving files correctly and securely from your computer to another one. The classic way to do this was something called FTP, or File Transfer Protocol, but the modern, professional standard these days is a system called Git. And now for the final piece of our puzzle, step 3. People need an address to find you. See, your server has a technical address. It's this long string of numbers called an IP address. But let's be honest, nobody is ever going to remember that. So what you need is a domain name. This is that easy-to-remember address for your site, like www.myawesomesite.com. You buy it, and then you point it towards your server space. It's basically the big friendly signpost on the internet that says, hey everyone, the cool website lives right over here. So let's put it all together because this is the key takeaway. It's this 3-step plan. Step 1, choose a host. That's your site's home. Step 2, use a protocol like Git. That's your delivery route. And step 3, get a domain name. That's the public address. Home, route, address. Simple as that. But hang on a second. We mentioned Git earlier, and this is where things get really cool. This is where we unlock a kind of secret level to this whole process. We're moving beyond just getting your site online for the first time and into the modern, professional way of keeping it updated. This is the automatic update secret. What's so amazing about Git is that it's way more than just a tool for moving files. It's a full-on version control system. Think of it like a time machine for your code. It tracks every single change you make, who made it, and when they made it. This is absolutely crucial because it means you have a safety net. You can experiment, you can work with a team, and you can always roll back to a previous version if something breaks. So when you've made some changes and you're ready to update the live website, you don't manually upload anything. Nope. Instead, you just push your new code to an online storage space for your code, a repository, like the super popular one, GitHub. And this is where the magic happens. That push you just did automatically triggers a process called CI/CD. That stands for Continuous Integration and Continuous Deployment. Your server is basically listening for that push. The second it sees it, it automatically springs into action, grabs the latest version of your code, and deploys it. It's totally hands-free. I mean, this comparison really says it all. The old way was dragging and dropping files with FTP. It was slow, and it was so easy to mess up. The modern way, with Git and CI/CD, is just this smooth, automated pipeline. It's fast, it's reliable, and it's how the pros do it. So, you've done it. The files are on the server, the domain name is pointed at it, your awesome automatic update system is all set up, you are officially live. But what happens now? What happens when somebody actually tries to visit your site? Okay, let's meet the final character in this story, the web server. Now, it's really important to know this isn't the physical computer itself. It's a piece of software that runs on that computer, like Apache or Nginx. Its entire job is to just sit there and listen for requests coming in from web browsers all over the world. All right, let's follow the journey. A user somewhere out there types your brand new domain name into their browser and they hit enter. That request zips across the internet to your host's server. The web server software, that little listener, catches it and knows exactly what to do. It looks for the front door to your site, which is almost always a file named index.html. And then, in the blink of an eye, it sends a copy of that index.html file and all the styling and code that goes with it right back across the internet to the user's browser. And just like that, boom, your web page appears on their screen.
So, let's recap the whole journey we just went on. It's a really clear path when you break it down. You write the code, you push it with Git, the files land on the server, and the page is shown to the user. Code, Git, server, user. That's the entire flow.
So now you get it. You understand the entire path from a simple file on your desktop to a live website that can be seen by the entire world. Your code is now live. So the only question left is, what story is it going to tell?